The hook with Sandcastle is simple. It is not another chat box for code. It is Matt Pocock taking the agent loop and turning it into a TypeScript API you can run while you are away from the keyboard. The project describes itself as a way to orchestrate sandboxed coding agents with Sandcastle.run. That means the interesting part is not the logo, it is the workflow. You can launch a coding task, put it in a sandbox, let an implementation pass happen, then run a review pass before anything touches your real repo. The launch already has demand. Matt's own video crossed 31,000 views fast, and almost no one has made a serious source-grounded setup video yet. So this video is the practical question. Can this actually become an AFK software factory, or is it just a clean wrapper around the same agent hype? We start from the repo, not from vibes. Here is the source proof. The repository is mattpocock/sandcastle. At capture it had more than 2,600 stars, more than 200 forks, and a fresh May 1st release. The README starts with the right shape for a developer tool. Install the package with npm install save dev at aihero/sandcastle. Initialize with npx sandcastle init. Then run the generated TypeScript file with npx tsx.sandcastle/main.ts. That is a much stronger promise than a random agent demo because it puts the agent in code where you can version it, review it, and connect it to CI. The terminal proof is real too. I cloned the repo, checked the latest commit, counted the files, and inspected the package scripts. This is not a mock dashboard. It is the actual repo surface. The important pattern is implement, then review. Sandcastle exposes an API for reusable sandboxes, providers, and multiple runs. In normal agent videos, the risky step is letting one model edit a repo and trusting it. In this workflow, the first pass can be the worker, and the second pass can be the reviewer. You can also swap providers. The README examples use Docker, but the abstraction is the real story. The coding agent becomes one step in a pipeline. That is why this topic deserves a full video. A lot of channels will say artificial intelligence writes code while you sleep. The useful version is narrower and more honest. A sandbox runs a task, produces changes, and a second agent or check decides whether those changes are even worth keeping. The first real test is not a toy-to-do app. I would give Sandcastle one contained task inside a repo, such as updating docs, adding a small utility, or fixing a failing test. Then I would check 3 things. Did the sandbox isolate the work from my real project? Did the agent produce a clean diff that a human can review? Did the review pass catch obvious mistakes before the branch is trusted? That is the difference between a demo and a working factory. The install path looks straightforward for TypeScript developers, but the moment you bring in Docker, providers, API keys, and local repo mounts, the video has to show the real friction. If it fails, that is still valuable. The whole point is to test the system instead of repeating the README. Sandcastle is part of a larger move in AI coding. The winning tools are no longer just smarter autocomplete. They are control planes, sandboxes, task queues, review loops, and permission boundaries. That is why Cursor SDK, Codex, Claude Code, Kmux, and Sandcastle all point in the same direction. Developers do not just want an agent that writes code. They want a way to run 10 small jobs safely, compare outputs, and keep the useful diffs. If Sandcastle works, it gives technical teams a repeatable way to run agent labor. That is more interesting than another benchmark, because the buyer is not asking whether a model can solve one puzzle. The buyer is asking whether this can become part of a real software delivery process. There are real limits. A sandbox does not make bad requirements good. An agent can still misunderstand the task, edit the wrong layer, or pass a superficial test while breaking the product. Providers also matter. If your sandbox is slow, expensive, or hard to clean up, the whole factory metaphor collapses. Security matters too, because an automated coding system touches source code, secrets, packages, and build steps. So I would not frame Sandcastle as replace your engineering team. That is lazy. The honest framing is better. It is a programmable agent workbench for repeatable, reviewable coding tasks. If you already use Claude Code or Codex manually, this is the next question. What happens when that workflow becomes a script? My verdict for the first video is clear. Sandcastle should be the first one we build because it has fresh demand, a known creator behind it, a clean repo, and a concrete outcome. The title is not Sandcastle Repo Review. The title is, I built Matt Pocock's AFK software factory. The first 20 seconds should show the repo, the command, and the resulting branch or diff. Then we rewind into setup. That is how this gets clicked. Source first, proof first, no fake terminal output, no invented metrics. If the setup works, this can be one of the strongest TechWealth Hub videos in the next batch. If it does not work, the failure is still a good video, because viewers trust honest friction more than another perfect-looking demo. The follow-up video should be a true build log. Fresh repo, one real issue, one sandcastle run, one review run, and a final diff. If viewers ask for setup, the next upload should be longer and slower, with every command shown. That is how this topic turns from launch coverage into evergreen search traffic.